The Red Dirt D&D podcast is brought to you by Pro Laser Cuts. The Oklahoma company provides pre-made and customizable design laser cut dice towers, tokens, and more, developed by a gamer for gamers, and now available to enhance your tabletop game. Pro Laser Cuts products can be found at many Oklahoma City area game stores, local events, and now available online at prolasercuts.com. That's laser and cuts with a Z, Pro Laser Cuts. And by SD Way Gaming, where dice goblins unite. Our friends at SD Way Gaming celebrate the beautiful dice players handpick for their games and splendor. SD Way Gaming has expanded to include many tabletop gaming varieties, accessories, and similar fun necessities to include a service for your dice addiction. You can shop for a variety of products at sdwaygaming.com or find SD Way Gaming on Facebook. Welcome to Red Dirt D&D. I'm Michael Cross, and I play Elias Stone, a human cleric.
I'm Connor Shenold. I play Sable, a half-elf rogue.
I'm Johnny Payne, and I play August E. Greymore, a human fighter.
I'm Kyri Hester, and I play Moxie, a tiefling bard.
And I'm Brooke Bullock, your DM. Please join us as we explore the curse of the Clockwork City. From various leads, our heroes have tracked down the Rooks Roost as a possible shiv den where this tainted, or at least new, strand of shiv is filtering itself out into the populace of Lower Bridgetown, a destitute area of Ironspire. Last week, we left as our heroes come around the corner to an alleyway and see some wooden stairs crawling up a wall to a second-story awning that shelters a stout iron door with roughly etched blackbirds upon it. Are you guys going to implement your plan of kind of divide and conquer here, or pause and separate? What's next?
Okay, I'll say you guys go in first and do your thing, and we'll come in about maybe 10 minutes later.
I think that'll work.
Unless you hear screaming, make it 5. You're buying. I open the door for you.
I'll walk right in.
There is a narrow 5 feet wide by 10 foot long little hallway entryway thing and another door, but in front of that interior door is a very large orc-blooded man. He's kind of leaning against the wall or whatever, and he straightens up and just stares at you.
Please, let me get the next door for you. I'll walk by you,
Well, thank you.
and I'll walk right up to him and motion to the door.
He holds out his hand, looks you up and down. 5 gold pieces to enter.
5 for both?
5 gold pieces a person. Take good care of you.
But if we give you 10 gold pieces, we'll have nothing left. What would be the point in going in then?
That's the base price for our opening selection.
Very well. The society will owe me. I'll drop 10 gold coins in his hand.
All right. So he takes those coins, slides them into a little vest pocket that he has there, and then reaches back and turns the lock, opens up the door, and there's this strange scent wafts out from the door. There's a thick haze that's in this large room beyond. It's about 60 feet square. It's crammed with cots and couches. They look like they used to be really, really nice, but now they're a little worn, some of them more threadbare than others. Some of them maybe have a stain or two. There's also, along the far wall, a series of doors that are all closed. 5 or 6 doors. Windows on the back wall have really thick, heavy curtains over them. There's 6 people lounging around on the couches. There's 3 people absent-mindedly drifting around this 60-foot square-ish room. One of the doors against the wall opens and then closes very slowly. And there's a thin, dusky-skinned man that steps out with a big red cloth head wrap. And he turns and sees you and smiles warmly, big bright smile. And then nods, takes a couple steps away from the door, but doesn't cross the room.
We sit?
Kind of what I was thinking. I'll give that man a nod and greeting. Does he look like he works here?
Yes,
some type
very
of
much
patron
so.
of.
Yeah.
Okay.
His clothes are fairly crisp.
Okay. August, why don't you have a seat? I'll go talk to him over there.
Good. I will pick a spot that is not close to someone.
About 30 feet into the room, there's a divan there.
What time of day is it?
7, 8 o'clock, a couple hours after sunset. It's dusk 30.
All right, I'll sit and start scanning the room for recognized faces and occasionally glancing over to see what Sable's up to.
Sable, do you stay standing? Do you sit in a different spot?
I actually go over to the man who had smiled at us.
August, go ahead and roll me an insight check or maybe history. See if you, maybe perception, whichever you want, to see if you recognize anyone.
7.
Yeah, it's smoky, it's hazy, and people are in different states of lackadaisicalness, and so you don't seem to recognize anyone.
Approaching the man, I'll give out a greeting.
Smiling broadly at you.
What all does the roost have to partake in?
We can find whatever you might be liking for.
Anything?
Almost anything.
What sort of stuff is off the table?
We, of course, at the Rooks Roost do not offer anything that is illegal.
Of course not.
Some of our best sellers are shiv. We can also help you feel a little crispier, if you know what I mean. Perhaps you would like to rest.
I'll give kind of a light chuckle at his use of crispy and lean closer to create like a little bit more kind of intimacy in this interaction. And shiv, you say? Heard there's a new strand going around. You got any of that?
He looks you up and down. He's doing an insight check on you with a natural 20. He says, "You do not need any attention from, shall we say, colorful organizations." Now, I will say, he didn't say no.
Trust me, no attention will be brought here. I'm doing this on the down low, you know?
Oh, you are looking for some relaxation.
Yeah,
Well, then, we might be able to help you out.
me and my friend over there.
Ah, yes. He's very handsome, a nice choice.
Thanks. I'll look back at August and gesture for him to come over. Yours choice whether you do it or not.
I'm sitting here thinking and looking at this place, thinking to myself, if there's a bottom of the ladder, we're in the place that might be run by the guy who's at the bottom of the ladder. So let's see what we can do. And I take the opportunity to get up and come over. And I look at you and say, is this the guy that can get a lot?
And I'll glance over at the man. He's still got a big
Oh, yeah. So
grin on.
whole time just smiling like a Cheshire cat.
I think we found our man.
How much can this establishment provide?
Roll me a insight or perception check.
4.
All right. He apparently just continues to smile very, 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 very widely. He says, "Your ticket in the door is something that will give you a taste, a dose. If you would want to take something with you, that is a little bit more."
Are you the one that we speak with?
Yes.
If we want to take more?
Yes, Anar is your man.
Let's just arrange for the taste.
Yeah, I think so.
Very nice, very nice, very nice. Would you like perhaps a private room for the two of you? That, however, I must say, is one gold piece a piece.
Certainly beats the price of the door. Glancing over at August.
And when you glance at me, I'm going to shrug and glance at the door out of here.
How big is this establishment?
You just see this one floor, this one level. You did go upstairs. You don't see any stairs going down anywhere. There is a door at the back, centered between two windows on the back wall that have heavy curtains on them. And again, there's 5 doorways to the right side of the room.
Okay. I think out here is fine.
Oh, yes. Well, have a seat, and we will definitely make it worth your while.
All right. Took a seat. Not near anybody to make it look like August and I are here just by ourselves, but not so far away that it's awkward.
I will return very, very shortly. The door that you saw him come in, the kind of in the corner of the room, he walks over to that door, opens it up, goes in. A moment later, comes back out and has a tarnished silver tray. And on that are 2 basically like shot glasses, so to speak. And then on it also is a vial that has, if you didn't know better, you'd say it's almost like shimmering slightly itself, like when you shake up a snow globe. He walks over with it and says, "You may take a glass and you may take a glass." He holds out the little tarnished silver tray as he reaches out and takes the little vial off of it.
I'll take a glass.
He picked up the shiver.
Yes,
right?
he picked up the shiver. And there's like 2 little shot glasses. And there's actually just looks like just a bare amount of water that's in the bottom of these glasses. Just barely covering the bottom of the shot glasses is a little bit of water. What it looks like anyway.
I might just be confused. Does it look like he's not actually giving us shiver?
He actually doesn't seem to have put shiver in the glass yet.
I'll dig into my pocket, place the 2 gold on the tray. I'll take that shiv.
Oh, an extra dose. Okay. As you take the glass, he uses one hand and like pops a little cork off the top of it, and then pours a little teaspoon in yours. Reaches over to August, pours a little teaspoon in yours, pops the cap back on to the vial, tucks the vial into his pocket on his shirt, reaches over, takes the 2 gold pieces, puts those in another pocket, and then says, "You'll be very well taken care of. If perhaps you need rest, we will definitely move you to a private room for your 2 gold pieces."
Thank you.
When you gave him the 2 gold pieces, didn't he say, "Oh, a second dose"?
Yeah.
Was this the entire contents of the bottle?
No, it was not, but you probably know that you would only need like a quarter of the vial to have a good shiv shot.
Okay. So there's no chance of him leaving the vial behind.
To pay for the extra.
Well, how much is that whole entire vial?
To walk out with shiv is probably 20 or 25 gold pieces for a whole vial.
We'll let you know if we need the extra room, thank you.
And he smiles awkwardly there for a minute and goes, "Oh, of course, some privacy for you both." And then he turns away.
I don't want to take this, but I would like to fake take it.
Before this happens, can we go in?
Yeah, you guys can come in at any time.
We're gonna go into the door.
Up to the iron door with the blackbirds on it, and you open it up. And again, 5 foot wide, 10 foot long, big orc-blooded man standing there, holds out his hand.
I'm sorry, what's that for?
The new people today. 5 gold pieces to enter.
5 gold pieces to enter what?
May I ask what you are here for?
We are looking for somebody.
Oh, well. And he pulls his hand back and says, "Come here, beautiful sister."
We're looking for a young lady. She's about 5'4". She's got brown hair, big green eyes.
Just for entertainment?
Oh no, it's my employee. She left and she hasn't come back, and I've been following where a friend said she might be, and they pointed me towards this place.
This is a place of rest. If she is here, she would be resting.
Okay, so I can go take her home then.
I think you're confused.
I don't think we're confused at all. I think we're looking for this young lady, and if she's in there, we need to go in and get her.
It is 5 gold pieces.
5 gold pieces to enter to get somebody out of there.
We do not know if she is here.
Well, so we'll go in and look, and we'll come back. And if she's in there, I'll give you 5 gold pieces each for that.
You see like the wheels turning, right, in this stereotypically slow.
Maybe you can convince him better. I don't know if I don't think it's working for me.
We'll be right back. Steps back, opens the door behind him, and then closes the door. You guys, about the time that you're receiving your shiv, this big hulking half-orc from outside comes in, and the man in the turban and the big smile sighs slightly and then walks over to the door, and there's a mobile conversation. And then the door opens, and this very dusky-skinned, thin man, dressed very crisply with a red turban, big, giant smile, steps out of the door, and the half-orc steps out right behind him as well, closing the door behind him, and he says, "Hello, welcome to the Rook."
Are they still in the hallway?
Presumably, yeah.
So we just watched the 2 people that we know are here go out in the hallway.
Yeah, I would like to slip away.
To the door that he's been going in and out of?
Yeah, I'm just gonna do a stealth. 17.
Alrighty. No one apparently, any of the other folks that are lounging around, a couple that are kind of wandering lackadaisically, I don't seem to pay you any mind whatsoever. Go over to the door is locked.
I get out my thieves' tools. Modified 20.
Yes. It's kind of a little tricky, and then
I, real quick, open up the door enough so I can slide in, close it behind me, and re-lock it.
it's not a very big room, kind of 10 by 10. And then it just looks like an apothecary's dream. Like there's just all kinds of very organized things on shelves. There's nothing labeled, but you can definitely see like different bottle shapes and maybe textures of things inside, of the viscosities of things inside. Some little baggies of perhaps herbs of some type. 3 walls that have shelves, floor to shoulder.
I'm definitely looking for a shiv vial. I saw what it looked like, pretty noticeable with how it shimmers.
There's a whole section.
Okay. Do the vials kind of match with what I have, or are they like a little bit more ornate of what he has?
No, they're very similar.
Okay, I'm gonna put my fake one of just like the small dose. And like, yeah, there's not that much in there, but there should be some that they're not using the entire bottle for.
That would make sense, yep.
And I'll take a full one and stow that away. I know I don't have very long in here. Is there any type of potentially ledger?
Roll a perception check.
Okay. Perception, that's gonna be 18.
You don't see any paperwork, ledgers, books, no desk. This appears just to be like kind of an alchemical storeroom, so to speak. On one shelf, there are like 2 or 3 little silver trays. And of course, next to that, a shelf of little shot glasses. So round 1, enter the door. Round 2, swap out some things. Now we're looking around a little bit, just letting you know about
Round 3, I'll get out.
Okay. Back outside, this gentleman has stepped out and said, "Welcome to the roast."
Hi, I'm here. I'm looking for my employee. I got some word that she was getting into things maybe she shouldn't be getting into. She came to work, unable to work, if you know what I mean. And I've been pointed in this general direction.
You are looking for a young lady.
5'4", brown hair, big green eyes.
We do not have anyone here like that.
I know she's here, and I feel like you're lying to me. You should let me in. You can walk around with me. We can look together.
Buenos dias. Gestures toward the guy behind him. Has told you, it is 5 gold pieces.
But you're gonna be walking with me. I'm just gonna be in there for a minute. We're just gonna look around, see if we can't find my employee, and then I'll leave.
I very much wish I could help you, but
You don't wish you could help me, because if you wish you could help me, you would help me.
I am so sorry, but we are not able to let anyone in who does not pay.
Let me ask you this. What does the 5 gold pieces cover in? Like, what does 5 gold pieces entry get me?
You are a businesswoman. I have to cover expenses, and it gives you peace of mind that your friend or employee is not here.
Okay, so here's the thing. I'm not using any of your goods or services. I'm literally just walking in and walking out.
Oh, knowledge is a service.
Knowledge is not a service. It's a good at best. Either way, you're gonna be with me. I'm not gonna cause a ruckus. We're gonna go in, we're gonna look for my employee, we're gonna come out. If you want me to cause a ruckus, I can cause a ruckus, but I don't want to cause a ruckus.
Oh, ruckuses are not good for business,
No, they're not.
and they're not good for your health.
Oh dear.
They're not good for my health. They're not good for my health. Number 1, ruckuses are not good for your health. Number 2, ruckuses are not good for business either. When this entire establishment, there's a ruckus going on, maybe the city guard, maybe they come running, maybe things don't work out so well for you.
There's something about the fact when you say city guard, you see a tiny bit of instability in his smile. He says, "We do not want to cause a ruckus."
Exactly. So you and I are gonna go walk in. We're gonna do a lap around your establishment. We're gonna make sure that my employee's not here, and then I'm gonna leave. 0 ruckus cause.
Let us make a good arrangement. How about 1 gold piece?
How about 0 gold pieces and 0 ruckus? You want me to pay 1 gold piece? I'm gonna make a 1 gold piece worth of ruckus.
Roll me some type of persuasion or intimidation or whatever you want to do.
My persuasion's a +7. Dirty 20.
There's a pause, and his eyes go over to Dr. Stone.
He looks over at me, and I hold out my hand like I did in the casino, and I cast Shocking Grasp in my hand, so there is sparkling in my hands. I said, "You're going to let us in now."
And those 2 combinations of the word of the city guard and then that little spark, you see his demeanor change a little bit. The smile comes down. It's not so obstinately wide and effacious, and says, I do not want a ruckus or damage. Oh, damage. And he turns around and says, "We will let them look around."
I would never let anyone look around
You
for
will
free.
let them look around.
Okay.
Just for timing purposes, Connor, roll me an initiative just to see if you get back in your seat before...
If it's initiative, I have advantage on
Yeah. Go for it.
22.
Yeah. You're back in your seat with your pinky up as the door opens up, so...
If I had enough time, could I have relocked the door?
Yes, you have relocked the door.
Okay, and I'm back in my seat.
And you guys enter into the room, and you see that it's this roughly 60-foot square room with 5 doors off to one side, 1 door at the far end, bordered by a couple of really heavy curtains, presumably windows, and there is several like little couches and comfy chairs and things sitting around. There's 8 or so folks that are lounging on those chairs, 2 of whom you recognize, and a couple folks that are meandering aimlessly or maybe staring off up the ceiling as they walk around the room. It looked like it used to be a really nice place, but now it is a little bit worse for wear.
Is this all the room you have here?
And he seems a little bit offended by that. The Rook is a very nice place, but yes, this is our room.
You don't have any private areas?
Oh, those doors are private areas.
Okay, well, you got to take us to those 2 to show us that no one is in there.
One of you may peek in.
You stay here, Moxie. I'll go take a look.
By the way, the orc-blooded guy steps back out of this big room, back out into that little entry breezeway hallway thing.
Moxie wanted to make it seem like she was going around and questioning the people here, saying, "Hey, have you seen this person?" While I'm gonna go over and look like I'm questioning Sable and August, and I'm gonna be like, "Peter's working at the Mermaid. How did he afford 10 gold to get the 2 of them in?"
I'm gonna hold up my shot glass and I'm gonna slowly tip it over and nothing comes out of it. And I'm gonna smile real big and go, "You're pretty."
Of course, thank you. You haven't seen it. Okay, I'll just go ask the next person.
So you're buying it then, right? No, I haven't seen anyone. I just want to make sure I was blending in.
But the question stands: how does Peter afford a 10 gold just to get him in?
Maybe Peter's higher up the ladder than we thought.
He's not higher up than anybody.
He's one of those little brat kid who name drops his uncle.
This is true. We don't know what he came from.
And he got real about the city guard. If Peter is name dropping, my uncle in the city guard, that's probably how he got in.
Or that's why he got kicked out.
Could be.
So I'm gonna be like, "Oh, dang, I'm sorry you didn't see it. Have a good trip, I guess," and move on to just kind of walk around the room pretending to look for Melody.
Just roll me a d20 to see if you recognize anybody you know.
5.
Yep. Nope. All these people, it kind of puts you off a little bit. They're all, a couple people drooling. It's like, ugh. And then this gentleman starts to take you door by door. And so, if you don't mind, roll me about 5 perception checks.
Oh, well, there's a natural 20.
All right. Any of them below a 10?
One of them drops below a 10. Everything else is 10 or higher.
All of those rooms appear to be empty. Is there anything that Melody might have left behind?
Yeah, maybe a bracelet. Just simple gold bangle. Oh, and the bracelet has a little music note charm.
So we open the door, and I see on the floor a little bracelet. And I go over to it, and I say, I remember her telling me she had this bracelet on. So I grab it, turn around to the guy, and I said, "She was here."
Ah, but she is not here now. I did not lie.
But you did something to her.
Oh, no. That would be bad for business.
How do I know you're telling the truth?
I'm Anna. I will always tell the truth.
Who was your boss?
I have no boss. Anna owns the Rooks Roost.
Where do you get your stuff from?
In my business, it is always good not to tell everyone everything that you know.
In my business, it's important that I know everything.
What do you suggest we do?
I suggest you tell me everything you know.
As I said to your friend earlier, sometimes, oh no, she was more correct. Knowledge is maybe not a service, but it is a commodity. He holds out a hand.
And I pull out a gold piece, and I say, "You're right. I would hate to not pay for your extensive knowledge, Anna. So what do you know?"
There is a new shiv in town. Very potent, sometimes dangerous.
So you're not serving that new ship.
Anna can find you whatever you...
I'm not looking for it. I'm looking for the person who's dealing it. If you're not the one dealing it, that's what I need to know, Anna.
Oh yes, if you would be looking for the bad shiv, you would probably need to go a dirtier place.
I can't imagine a place dirtier than this one. And where do
Pigs are dirty, shall we say.
the soiled sow.
That is not what Anna said.
And so this shiv that you are serving, it is just your normal type of shiv, correct?
That is what I said, yes.
What does the other shiv do?
Evidently, it's more intense.
Why would you know it was bad?
I have heard stories there are things happening in town.
Like,
People having bad experiences. They are bad for business.
and why are they selling it?
I do not know.
Would you feel that they are trying to usurp your business?
I do not know.
Not knowing is fine, but do you think that them selling the better stuff is going to put you out of business?
He's thinking about whether he wants to share that insight with you or not.
Can we say that I have kind of walked around? This is kind of a
100%.
smaller
Yeah,
room.
yeah. You can come up about the time
And-
you
and
hear
stand
that
with
question and
Dr. Stone.
conversation.
I say, Moxie, apparently they don't sell the bad shiv here. They must be getting it from somewhere else. And they say possibly the soiled sow.
Was Melody in any of those rooms?
Here's her bracelet.
So, Melody was here. If this place is so nice, why would she leave?
I think her journey was over.
So she comes in. Who'd she come in with?
She was with a man her own age.
Okay, so her and this boy, they come in. They pay the 10 gold to get in. They pay the extra for the private room. They have a good time. They leave. That's what you're telling me.
Yes.
Can I do an insight to see if I feel like he's being honest? Dirty 20.
He appears to be telling the truth. Like his answers are lining up with the truth you know.
Did you overhear them talking about maybe where they might be going after this?
No, Anna does not eavesdrop.
I'm sure you don't. He believes that he's being honest.
He believes he's being honest.
I think we need to go check out this soiled sow to see if we can find her.
Let's just hope that we can get there before something bad happens. I would hate to think that this place put a teenager on the wrong path. And I guess we can kind of head in the general direction of the door.
I hope you're being truthful, and if not, we will be back.
And he smiles very broadly and widely and says,
You're always welcome for 5 gold pieces.
And I take the bracelet from Dr. Stone, snap a small flame in my hand to like get a better look at it. Well, it doesn't seem like maybe anything too bad happened to Melody here. I'm gonna hold on to this. Hopefully we don't have to come back.
Who should we ask for at soiled sow?
I do not like to talk about competition.
I light up the sparks in my hand again.
His name is Greeley.
Thank you, Anna. We'll be leaving now.
Oh, thank you. It is good to see you go.
So we walk out the door.
Essentially, after they leave, we would, like a reasonable time to sober up from Shiv, we would walk out. So then we would meet up with you guys to head to the sow.
So maybe you overheard what Anna was saying, but they don't sell the stuff that apparently Peter and Melody got their hands on.
I produce the vial that I took and start just kind of tossing it up in the air, catching it. Guess this is useless.
Can I identify that?
I'll hold it out to you.
It takes me, I can do it as a ritual.
It's still fairly early in the night. We've got time for 10 minutes.
And what do I get from it?
yeah, you cast Identify, and it's very weak, but you get a residual magic incantation off of it that is transmutation in nature. As you guys are trying to troubleshoot this, it's very possible that maybe you want to ask about transmutation magic and what.
Oh, I do have a high arcana.
There we
I
go.
have Arcana as well. 17.
It's probably gonna be better than I do, but let's just see for giggles. Yeah, that's better than me.
Transmutation magic would be the school for like teleportation and ethereal step and ethereal jaunt and those type of things. So it could have this kind of
But
face
is
spider
he strong
ether.
enough to do that?
Possibly.
So he was lying.
Well, the original Shiv already had that property, not to manifest it around everybody.
Okay, so maybe something
it
stronger
did
than
have like a psychedelic effect to it because just regular Shiv is also made from the phase spider venom.
Gotcha. So if this is going to basically put your brain, your mind, your spirit, whatever, on the ethereal plane, it's going to have a psychedelic effect. But it's not supposed to transport people into this. So this probably might not be the one that's doing that.
Yeah.
We'll say with a 17 and your little bit of Arcana knowledge, you're not super familiar with shiv, but you're fairly certain that regular shiv would not respond to an identify spell. So the etherealness that's in this is stronger than what you would expect.
So this is obviously some kind of a magical potion in essence, and it wouldn't be casting that if it was just some other drug. Even shiv with ethereal qualities. Face Spider's not going to have it. They're adding something to this vial. Anah says he's not selling it. Anah's lying.
You guys are walking along on your way to the soiled sow, and as you come down that same street, Connor, that you went to earlier, it is dark 30. There aren't very many street lamps lit as you're walking down this way, but then you notice some ambient light that seems kind of odd in this part of the city. And indeed, down the end of this block that turns to the right, then that leads us into the soiled sow, there's a crowd of maybe 10, 15 people. Many of them have torches and lanterns and such, and they're right in front of the soiled sow. August, you immediately recognize 5 or 6 members of the city guard.
Are they guarded up?
They are in uniform, they are there.
Are they part of the crowd, or are they trying to hold the crowd at bay?
They appear to be working with the crowd around them. Some of the guards are moving in and out. They seem to be moving out of that little narrow alleyway where Peter ran into.
I can walk up to a guard and, hey, what's going on?
Turns around and it's Earl Douglas. And he says, there are 6 victims that have been hung in this alleyway right here.
Red Dirt D&D, Curse of the Clockwork City is Brooke Bullock as our Dungeon Master, Kyri Hester as Moxie, Connor Shenold as Sable, Johnny Payne as August E. Graymore, and I'm Michael Cross as Dr. Elias Stone. Our theme music comes from Ovani Sound. Our sound effects and additional music courtesy of Jeffrey McBride, Monument Studios, Describe.com, and TabletopAudio.com. Dice for the Red Dirt D&D cast provided by ST Way Gaming. You can find us at reddirtdnd.com. If you are enjoying Red Dirt D&D, make sure to subscribe, rate us, and leave a comment. Also, tell your friends about Red Dirt D&D. You can also support the show at patreon.com/reddirtdnd at whatever giving level works best for you. Join us next time as we discover more secrets in the Clockwork City.